bow. Here comes a shooter. Shooter. Big bow.
Stag, stag, stag.
Welcome back to the Outdoor Drive Podcast. We are here podcasting in this place of awesomeness and more awesomeness and more awesomeness. No, just kidding. We're in
Heaven?
We're in heaven.
Yeah.
We are in heaven. We are at Steven's place in his man cave in Virginia. And we're all here.
The team is here.
The team is here.
Here in the beautiful mountains of the Blue Ridge, hunting in the Shenandoah.
I'm looking at them right now. It's beautiful.
Yeah, literally. It's
And
right out.
It is a magical place to pull into and see the mecca that you've created here. This is the most beautiful 5 acres I've seen on a piece of property in a long time. So thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank y'all. We're having a blast. I mean, this is like
We're having a fucking great time.
the greatest freaking break from reality we've had in a long time.
Right.
Something much needed, especially with the coronavirus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad I could save you guys from the hell you were in up there.
You know, and you don't even realize how bad it actually is until you come down here. And like we came into town and drove through Main Street and realized that like life is still the same as it was.
Slightly tweaked.
Still a little. It was
A little bit.
It was a lot more normal than where we were coming from. Where we came from was not anything like here. People are still at gas stations pumping without masks, without gloves. More stores are open.
Which isn't recommended, but
it's not. But if you go where we come from back in
you have to,
Connecticut,
you get
people are,
fined.
they're about to put out a mandate that we have to wear masks now.
Yeah.
So
Which is kind of fucking crazy, but
it is what it is. So we're just thankful and happy and blessed to be here. And turkey hunting's been pretty fucking good.
It's been an intense couple of days.
it has. No, from start to finish, it's just been out of control.
And it's been what, 2 days?
We're
on day
days.
2.
2 days in. How many shots have we had that we didn't take?
5 clear birds could have died with the gun, but unfortunately we didn't have the right angles on the camera, and we're trying to show you guys what's going on out there and get some really cool footage for everyone, and just didn't capitalize. But that's the game. You want to run down, Trev, a little bit about how those 2 birds kind of beat us up today?
No, I mean let's not even start there. Let's start from the beginning.
You got it.
Roll it back.
Yeah,
Day
why
1.
why are we gonna get all the way down into the nitty gritty right off the rip? We need to start from the beginning.
The beginning of the hunt or the
Beginning of the trip.
I was gonna say.
Yeah,
'cause
why are we
a
gonna
lot
start,
happened before we.
Yeah,
even
we're not
hunted.
gonna start with just today. We don't need to talk about.
I have
that.
ADD, so I go from point
I can
A
add
to
2.
point
I can do
Z.
subtraction as well.
Yeah, so I mean, like even coming into town and going and roosting birds. So we came into town. We came here. We got set up in the man cave in the guest house. Got everything all situated. We decided that we were going to just shoot the guns, shoot the bows, make sure everything was tuned in properly after the travel. So when we had gotten here, we shot the guns. Everything was on point. The bows were perfect. We did some crazy shooting. We were shooting 100 yards. We did a bunch of 60, 80. We got a little crazy just making sure everything was good. And then as the sun started to set around 5 o'clock, we headed to the property we were going to hunt on Friday. So we got over there and started to...
Thursday.
Was it Thursday?
Yeah, we hunted Thursday.
Today's Friday. That's right. So we got over there and started scouting. We were trying to roost birds. Nothing really gobbled. And then we found the gold.
well, you found the gold. How you found the gold, I'll never understand. That was the smallest one we found of the day. So we're going up, moving to the spot. I was like, well, they didn't hit here. Let's move up. Let's get a little further. I think they may be in this back corner. And Trev looks down and goes, Morel. And for the next hour and a half ensued a massive morel hunt over the hillside. And yeah, we found gold.
Yeah, we definitely loaded up on them. There's no question there. We loaded up on morels. We filled up. There was a bunch of really good ones in the batch too, and it's kind of cool because I've never personally found morels. I've eaten morels. Ghost has never found morels.
Nope.
So
I've never found morels.
But you haven't eaten them before.
I'd never eaten them before.
I knew they were here, but it was just finding them was the hard part, I guess.
And once you find one, you know what to kind of look for, and then you're just obsessed. You're fully engulfed in everything that's going on in the ground, through the leaves. You're watching every step. I feel like it would be a sin to step on one. There's like
I'm walking on glass out there.
Scared, and it was just one of the coolest experiences. Being together as a team, doing something that we never did before, and ate the shit out of them. It was delicious.
Oh yeah,
but
it was cool.
Yeah, it was really cool to get out there, and
well, it was cool for the fact that we were out there for the first time together since PA,
right?
And first time we went out looking for morels by accident, and first time we all found morels together. I mean,
like this is our first hunt together.
Yeah,
right.
Period.
All of us to be together. So like having that and starting off the 2020 season together is the gold mine to this. I mean, like as far of now, like we haven't actually had a kill on the ground, but the success is huge. I mean, I think we've checked off a lot of boxes on the list.
Both of you guys could be tagged out.
No, totally. I mean, in all honesty, I mean, we really can. So we didn't end up roosting a bird, but we knew there was birds there. Obviously, right. I mean, there was definitely a ton of sign, and, you know, Steven knew that the birds were there because he's hunted there before, and knowing that these birds are there, they're there in the fall, so on and so forth. So we moved in on them in the morning, and we got up there. We did some crow calling as we got in. Nothing. Then we finally get down to the ag field, and we hit the crow call, and we could hear him off. And so we knew it was on at that point. So we got our first response since... You know, I think the relief was a little bit off on Steven.
That was a weight off my shoulders. I've been bragging for how long?
Steven, you lifted a foot off the ground. You floated. The weight was off of your back so much you lifted. And you're like, thank God.
I've been bragging about how many birds there were on this property since I've known you guys. And then we go out to roost birds and nothing. We go out in the first half hour, nothing. And then the woods just lit up. Yeah. I was like, I don't care if we don't even see anything. I'm not a liar.
No, and that crow call that struck him up, that was that new gold that we got from Mark from Northeast Game Calls. Which one did we use for that one?
That was the Ghost Hunter one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That was your signature.
That was yours, man.
I black out a lot. You guys hear that on the podcast from here and there. I just get really excited. So, yeah, that call struck him up, and let's go into it.
No, I mean, so we had gotten all set up. We had me and Steven in the front there. I had the bow at that point. Steven was running the camera. Ghost was in the back doing some calling. We had we had a
tick. I had to stop moving. All right, let's just keep on moving here. So
just don't leave them on the couch.
Yeah, that was wild.
So all four of us were there set up, and we started to hit the tree yelps. Ghost starts hitting the tree yelps, and there it is, man. Gobble after gobble after gobble after gobble, dude. And the heat was on. Like, I was like, oh, here they come. It's on. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, my heart's racing. Like, my heart's racing. I'm thinking that I'm having like palpitations and like about to have a heart attack. But I'm like, hey, idiot, that's your fucking adrenaline. Like, what? You haven't had this in a while. So they wouldn't. We thought they were committing at one point, and I was like, what the fuck, man? Like, I don't understand why they're not committing. And then about I was like 7:45. There was movement behind us, and
Right.
the three little immature toms came in.
Right.
Larry, Moe, and Curly.
Yeah, dude, and they started hanging out in the ag field behind us because, like, where we were hunting on a tote road. We had CRP out in front of us, an ag field to the right. We were in like the corner of like an opening, kind of like CRP, like
Pinch point, like where they kind of came out together, like that little
Yeah, it was
peninsula there.
Yeah, it was definitely. And there was like we were sitting in the edge of the cedars, and there was like an opening on a logging road, and then it kind of went up, and there was a CRP, and then it went up into like some. It was like elm trees type. I don't know. It was a pretty crazy area, and we thought that the gobblers were going to come in, the mature birds, and so Ghost actually put his gun up with me and Steven if we had to get a second shot because there was 2 gobblers at the point. So I was like, all right, well, we'll stick the first one with the bow, and then we'll follow up if we can with the shotgun. So Ghost is sitting back behind us about 15, 20 yards, maybe a little bit more, and he's like slapping his leg, and I look back, and he's like, over my shoulder. And I look back, and there they are. There's fucking 3 of them, and they're just hanging out, man. They're not like, and the thing is that like
Feeding.
they were just feeding. They're just
They
like,
gobbled. They would hit.
yeah, but every once in a while.
Yeah, that
Yeah, it
was
was
not
random.
consistent.
No, and it was weird because like I'm thinking to myself that these things are just gonna come piling in. I'm like, all right, it's gonna happen. I'm like, fuck it, we're gonna shoot them. And that wasn't the case. I mean,
Nope.
they just had like no intentions, and I'm thinking maybe because the more mature birds were kind of like keeping them off, but they just weren't fired up.
Well, the 2 birds that we saw after these 3, I can see why they were scared and they weren't too vocal or too hurt. They didn't want
they
to
were
rush in.
dinosaurs.
I feel like they got their asses kicked a few times by these 2 big birds that we're going to get into. But, I mean, they were 35 yards feeding, gobbling like every, 5 minutes or so, making it known that they were there. But I could have shot all 3 with one, but, we didn't do that. And we chose to, this is a process of a team effort here. So, and I didn't have my gun in my fucking hand, so that didn't help. I felt very helpless. That's very rare. It was the first time in my life I was sitting without a weapon, calling, and had birds close enough to shoot, but it wasn't a loss. It was a win in my eyes. It was great success, and we still had the other 2 birds fired up. So I was like, why let it rip when we're in prime zone?
Yeah,
Because there was 2 other birds up top.
And that was the thing. Like I was, if those birds were to come in, the jakes were to come in, or the immature toms, if they were to come in, they were gonna get it. But for some reason, they were kind of like standoffish, and I think it was because of the 2 other mature birds, and they're still firing off, dude. They were hammering, and I was like, all right, here they come. They would get a little bit closer. They were like kind of run a ridge, and they're like, fuck, here they come, and then they would go out farther. Then they come back in, they go back out, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And then the hen started going.
That's why.
And they're holding
got
up with
cut
that
off.
hen. And you could hear she came from one side back to the other, and so now she's running from our left to our right. So she's going through the CRP back out into cut corn, into the ag field. So she got down in there, and then the gobblers therefore followed right after.
Yeah.
She cut us off.
Yeah. So
She was pissed.
They went from one shot zone to the next shot zone, and they wouldn't break it. And we tried like hell. And they were, I mean, that hen was pissed.
Right.
She was
Yeah, but
mad. I thought she was
they
going
weren't
to come.
crossing that creek, man.
No.
They were not going to cross
And
that
we didn't,
creek.
and I didn't know, and we didn't really know how much that water was in that creek
Right.
too. And I don't know if anyone knows, turkeys hate water, hate crossing it, hate just all around. They don't like the wet. So, that's another little obstacle. And they like to take the easiest route. They're lazy. So that was another little thing against us. But that hen, she had their full attention.
And that's something to definitely keep in your mind also. When you're working and the lay of the land is definitely pay attention where the water is, because any type of swamp, any type of water that keeps somewhere, it definitely will hold those birds up. And I mean, I've had scenario after scenario after scenario where the birds just hold up on the other side of it and will not come. I don't give a fuck what happens. You can call them for hours and they're just not going to break. It's just not going to happen. They're not going to come across it. So they held up there. So we ended up making another move to try and move in on them. And it just didn't happen, dude. They just held up. So we tried and tried and tried.
They were 80 yards into a freshly tilled cornfield. It had just been tilled under within the week. And we'd also had an inch of rain the night you guys drove down here.
Right.
So the low spots in the field were underwater. They were not coming to us.
They were skylining.
There was no way we could get to them. There wasn't cover. They were out of range.
When they say that by skyline, what happens is a lot of the times when the turkeys, and when they're in a higher elevation than you, they're not going to come down. They're not going to work their way down. They always want to work their way up so they can have the advantage over you. So that when they're coming down, a lot of times they're going to, and you don't want them coming down 9 times out of 10 because now they're looking down on you. You want them to work up to you. And a lot of times they won't come down areas or in somewhere they don't feel is safe. And once you get them in their strut zones, they don't want to fucking leave the strut zones anyways. So you got to get into their strut zone. So what we ended up doing was circling back around, went up top, tried to get them to come back up to us into their other strut zone.
Because he was already safe.
Yeah.
That's why we circled back, because he already came through that area. No predators, no nothing, no harm, and that was already his safe zone. So we were in the money.
And hoping that he was going to end up coming back.
Yep.
We didn't think that he was, and we just made the call to move in on his ass. And that was, I don't know if he had moved on because of the hen or we bumped him or whatever the case may be. We snuck down through the CRP and got down near him, near the field, and he wasn't there. No response. I think maybe we bumped him or he had been working his way up to us, and we got a little bit gung-ho and ended up busting out that bird.
Yeah.
First day rust, man.
Right.
And we were all excited, dude. And being the first day is like, normally you would think that, things are fired up. You're trying to get them in your face. It's just not working. And you get a little anxious. Sometimes patience is the best thing. But for us, and I mean, personally, my style hunting is if they don't come to me, I'm going to them. Or I'm going to make them come to me. One of the two. And it definitely, those kind of things get tied up. I don't have patience when it comes to that, especially turkeys. You want that one that's going to be there instantly. Fire, fire, fire. And
well, we put some miles on. So
yeah.
There's no fucking lack of that.
But well, real quick to touch on that, I think we got to a point that we heard so many birds and had those jakes coming in, and we heard gobbling all day long. At 10 o'clock, we're like, it's time for this bird to either come in or we're going to him. And right when that happened, I think he did break off of that to kind of come up and back and see what was going on, because he disappeared. He vanished. So that's just another tip, side note. I mean, if they're stubborn, that waiting, like Trev just said, sometimes patience is a virtue, and running and gunning right in there isn't the greatest because you can get bumped.
Yeah. And then we ended up moving. And we put the miles on. I mean, fucking Steven brought us up this mountain, dude. It was like a rock face cliff stip. Fucking dude, it was giant.
Needed ropes.
It was nuts.
My carabiner broke.
Yeah, it was something else, man. And we got on our feet. We got on our and just put the boots on the ground and just kept moving, calling every 100 to 200 yards, just looking for that callback. And it just never came. And here in Virginia, the first couple of weeks you can only hunt until noon, and then after that, then you can hunt the all day. So we hunted till noon. We hunted hard. We tried finding birds. We put in the miles, and it was a success, man. Like we saw birds. I mean, the first day we saw 5 birds in the first day. So right. We knew what it was going to be all about. And collectively we came back. And we made a game plan for the next day on what our attack was. I mean, before that, we took a fucking nap because we have just been shot from start to finish. I mean, we left Connecticut. I left my house at 3 a.m. to beat a ghost at 4. And then we ended up the 7-hour drive down here. So we got here about 11. Did our due diligence, got everything ready. Got situated, went through our gear, and then scouted like we had said. So we were so tired. I mean, by the time we got here, I mean, I was shot, dude.
And we ate dinner at like 9 o'clock, and then we were beat up.
We were definitely beat up. So then we took a nap. We got up, and after hunting yesterday, and then we had did dinner, and then we ended up going back to sleep. Therefore, after got really good night's sleep. And then we got up this morning, dude, and we attacked it pretty well. I'd have to say.
Today was a great day.
Today was a really great day.
Today was actually, I felt more of more camaraderie in our teamwork. I felt the three of us worked really well together.
And you guys were alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like a human.
Well,
today,
also, we did slug down a couple of Death Wish cold brews in the morning. So,
We were
no, and a
pretty
big thanks to
jacked.
Kim too on breakfast. The past 2 days, man.
oh,
Breakfast burritos, and then we had
big shout out.
Breakfast cupcakes.
Oh
Yeah.
my lord!
Big
They got
shout
mashed
out.
potatoes in them.
Yeah.
I don't know. If,
It's a
Screw frosting. Mashed
it's basically a
potatoes.
biscuit laid into a cupcake pan with potatoes, with cheese, with eggs,
Yep.
and bacon or sausage,
Yep.
and then you bake them, and then you just haul them with you.
Oh, so sweet, dude. It was awesome. So we've been eating like kings. It's not like we're starving, and we're definitely spoiled. But I think that spoiledness is gonna run out soon.
Yeah.
I think we're on our own for the rest of the week, boys.
Well, why is that?
Well, I think we should cook for her now.
Well, we got a little more time to do that.
We have a lot of time because we extended our hunt.
we extended the hunt. Tomorrow was supposed to be our last hunt. Because we can't hunt on Sundays here.
On
public land. So we decided that we're gonna end up staying because we have a little bit of rain coming in tomorrow, and we didn't get the footage that we needed thus far, and we just, you know what, it's a better place to be. And Monday, Tuesday are looking fucking phenomenal. Maybe even Wednesday. So we got tags to fill, and we're gonna stay here a little bit longer. And we're super excited about it. And
It changed the whole vibe of the trip.
yeah, for sure, man. Like, tomorrow's supposed to be our last fucking day, dude, and we got to
Right.
go back to the hell.
It was sad.
You know?
And it changed morale, and it got us into doing some fun shooting games around the house that you're going to hear all about. And, just I think it boosted everything up for positivity and just as a team, and just it was really cool to check out for a solid few hours and just shoot and have fun and laugh and know that you're going to be doing this for another 4 days with your brothers, and we're not rushed. So,
Yeah,
amen.
but the
to
nice
that.
thing about today is, we completely skipped over today.
Right.
No.
Oh, we're not done.
No.
That's
We'll
what
go
I was
back
going
to
to
that.
say.
Yeah.
That was the second half of the day. The first
That
half
was
of
day
today.
one. That was day one.
Well,
we
no,
didn't even.
So with the shooting games, man, we got fucking pretty crazy into the shooting games.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a little bit.
That
We-
was a blast.
And does everyone know that we haven't slept either? We've been up since 3, been full going, full bore, and I think we shot pretty damn good.
Yeah,
For running
some
up.
of those shots we pulled off, I don't know how.
Well, Extra Dirty Outdoors ended up calling us out to do the beer tab challenge. It's a challenge that's going around. Take your beer can, put it out there, and shoot it through the tab of the beer can, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we decided we're going to do it at 12 yards. Steven came up with the idea that we're going to do it hanging. So we ended up doing it. We did it on Instagram Live, and we took, 2 shots apiece?
Yeah,
Yep.
we
We
that's all
ended
it took.
Yep.
2 shots.
It wasn't bad. So we ended up getting that.
Trevor ringed that pretty hard.
12 yards.
Yeah,
It's harder than it looks, though.
It is.
I would just have to say that.
It
I mean,
is.
no matter
especially
what,
when you
12
don't
yards
have
or
a
not.
pin.
Yeah, right. This is true.
From Kentucky windage
This
the
is-
whole way.
This is true. So then that turned into us doing 20 yards.
20.
We went to the beer tab challenge at 20 yards, and we made it to Death Wish challenge.
Switched to the Death Wish
It's a
challenge.
Death Wish challenge because we used a cold brew and tried shooting it through the tab of that. Then we went to the tea challenge,
Yep.
right?
Was it?
Was it the
no, we
No,
did.
no,
we did the
after-
headshot.
yeah, we did
No,
the
that was
30.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yes,
did
we
the
got
turkey
challenged by
headshot.
Nate to do the 35-yard headshot.
40-yard.
40-yard
Oh,
headshot.
yeah, I got them all fucked up. 40-yard headshot, $5 donation if you miss to a charity of your choice.
Yep,
So we aced that. Then we went
Yep.
to 60, tried that. That went to fucking shit.
for y'all.
Yep, this is true.
Yeah, I straight smoked. I 10-ring that some bitch.
Yeah, you did hit that.
That is true.
I was aiming for the head, but I still 10-ringed him.
You
This
did.
is true. Then we went to 35 yards. Johnny called us out to do the tee challenge.
Yep.
So we tried shooting the tee. That went to shit also.
I
Ghost
just-
ended up shooting the
He
Uh,
drilled the ball,
the
destroyed an arrow.
the golf ball.
It was kind of cool to see what smashing a golf ball or an arrow with a golf ball does. Like the fletching just exploded off of it. The ball went fucking 10 feet up in the air. Kind of. It was kind of cool. It was fun.
Yeah.
And then we have one more challenge by Theo, to do the 40-yard wedding ring
band.
challenge.
Yeah.
So that will be the next challenge. That will be
And
coming
that
up.
one you guys realize will be hanging as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I think
That
that
has
one
to
is
be.
a hanging one, anyways.
Yeah.
You have to do that one hanging. I think. Thank God that we both have rubber rings.
I got a stainless steel one up here that I made that we can use.
All right, sounds like a plan. That's what we'll use. So in the first half of the day, so we ended up.
Right. So we already talked about the second half, but we didn't talk about our hunt.
Yeah, well, we were looking for the break, anyways.
Yeah.
We didn't need to talk about the hunt the whole time. So we went into the hunt this morning,
Ready.
and we had a game plan, dude.
We were ready.
So we ended up getting into the second strut zone. We moved in and we hooted our way in. No gobbles. Not a gobble. Not a gobble. Then we hit the crow call. Not a gobble. Not a gobble. We're like, oh, all right. So our hearts kind of sunk a little bit. We were a little worried. So we sat on the edge of the ag field in the second strut zone. And what a beautiful sunrise there. Honestly, that was fucking. It was cool. It was cool as fuck to sit there, dude, and just kind of relax. And we had a fun time. I mean, we were eating our breakfast cupcakes. We were just fucking
Drinking some
laughing.
Death Wish.
Yeah, dude, it was awesome. It was just cool to chill. And then the woods came alive, and there was gobbles all around. So there was one all the way down at the end of the. How far do you think that was?
No, that was a good 800 yards,
Yeah.
1,000
1,000 yards.
Yeah. So that one was going off. Then we had one off to our right up on the mountain.
Yep.
That one kept going off. Then there was one behind us. So that was the birds that we were targeting. Those are the ones that we knew that were going to come from was behind us. So we decided to make, I mean, and they were far. All of these gobbles were far away. It's not like it was tough for them to hear us. So we kind of, after, I don't know, what did we say, 7:30 maybe?
Yeah.
Something like that. We decided that we were going to make a move on them.
But they stopped calling. They shut up. Like we were just going to move up there and see what we can find
just
and
try to relocate
They were, well,
them.
we knew
go in their
they were
direction.
gobbling, but they couldn't hear us.
Right.
So we decided to make a move. We're like, fuck this. We're not going to sit here. We know that they're not coming down because they would have been here by now. So we decided that we're going to move in on them. So then we ended up moving up through the CRP field, got up there kind of like where their zone normally is, their first zone that
Their
they would
fly-down.
have, yeah, their
Right.
fly down zone. We got up there and we hit a call and they fucking lit up.
That was the first moment in the first part of our hunt that I was like, this is
That
it.
was sheer
Game,
panic mode.
Game on. They're here. Let's go. Set up. Pick a tree. We have no time. Game on.
So real quick, I cannot reiterate to you out there enough that when you're moving, when you're running and gunning, when you make a call, before you make a call, have a plan to where the hell you're going to sit down. Because we kind of scrambled after those birds let off.
I
We
thought
weren't
that was like the
expecting it.
fun of the whole thing, though.
It was.
Oh, no, don't get me
That's
wrong.
the fun
it
of
was a
running
trip.
gunning.
Dude, we're like, you there, and then we're like, crap, that's not going to work. You there, and then I was like, screw it, I'm sitting here with the camera, set it up. You guys found a nice spot.
And that's the challenge of it. That's the challenge.
That's the fun of the running
and,
gun.
and that's the thing. Getting two shooters or however many people you're hunting with or filming or whatever you do. But the three of us to be able to say, we got to film from here and you can sit at this tree and you can see this angle.
And you got 30 seconds to do it.
Yeah, this is limited time. If you want to throw up decoys, which we ended up doing today, we'll get all about
We'll
that.
go into that more.
But it's not just being by yourself and just sitting down and putting up your gun barrel and making it happen, because that could have happened for us today. But we're trying to make all the stars align and go on into what happened.
No, I mean, and going back, I mean, with the stars align, I mean, the whole point of all of this is to have video footage. Like, that's why
Right.
we're here. We're not, I mean, killing birds, we've all come to that point that we can do that.
Yeah.
That's something that we can do. We're good at that. But this is the point of making those memories and getting the footage of what we're actually doing.
Capturing that moment together.
Just capture it, man, because you know, you looking back, I mean, video is really the realization, and that's where we're going, is into the video realm of it, and videoing our hunts and self-filming and bringing it to that next level. I mean, that's what 2020 is for us.
Right.
And that's what it entails is really doing our video footage and a lot of the, the commercials that Steven's been making and a lot of the other stuff that we have coming forward in the next, the next couple of months here, is that. So that's why we're here, man. And just learning that. And it is one of the hardest things that anyone could ever try and accomplish. As far as self-filming deer hunts, I've went through it for a whole entire season, as a lot of you guys might know or have heard. It's not a fucking easy thing at all.
No, it's a whole new level of hunting.
Dude, and getting the angles and self-filming, like my biggest buck to date, well, I couldn't even get it on fucking camera. And that was the whole reason I was in the woods. And then it was kind of the point, like, it's me and the animal at this point.
And that's a huge importance that, yes, we want to get it on film. We want to make this happen. But when we're out there and the shot presents, sometimes when you're alone and solo, like your beautiful 10-pointer, you got to take it. Yeah. And there's some people that don't take that shot, and I respect your wishes because you're hunting and you're choosing to do what you prefer to do. But I think if you have a goal and it changes or the opportunity isn't there perfect, you want to take your shot. And I think that's what it's all about. Not if you don't get the film or the footage, it's not make or break. But read the situation and what makes you happy and go on forward with that.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, and if you, whatever you decide to set your goal as, man, and you want to fulfill it, that's you, man. But I mean, if you're gonna have to take that shot and that deer of a lifetime or that, whatever it is, man, just do it. Whatever's good for you. You know what I'm saying? But we've set that goal, and I've set that goal for myself, anyways, and just to fulfill that is the important part of it, to me. Just to have that footage. I mean, it's so badass to go back and look at those things. I mean, dude, like, I have all my footage from last year, and to look at it, I mean, we were going over a lot of that shit and, like, where you hit them, what you're doing. I mean, to have them come in and strut and, even the deer when they're coming in. I mean, some of my doe kills and stuff, it's fucking cool to watch, man, and share it with people. So it is a cool thing, but it's a huge accomplishment, and it's a very not an easy thing to do by any means,
especially
as we've learned.
Turkey.
Yeah, especially, and not even that, but turkey that aren't fired up.
Yeah.
Like, they're not at that level right now. Like, it's weird. It's totally weird. Like, as we go into the story about the rest of today's hunt, you'll kind of realize what we're saying here. So when we had moved into that zone where we knew those birds, that strut zone of those two toms, we got in there. We hit the call. They fired off. So we decided we were going to set up. Ghost went, put out the decoys. We put out a Jake and a hen. And then we found our spots. We hit the call again. Now they cleared about 150 yards in about fucking 2 minutes.
They're coming.
They're coming fast. So we set in. We hit the call one more time, and they are fucking in our lap.
Here they are.
They're there.
Like, all week, or not all week, but the leading up to all of this, it's like, it's happening. There they are. Full strut, redhead, big two birds. It's on.
And you as turkey hunters know how it is. So, like, you hear him calling, and then you hear that fucking thunder roll through the woods, and it just rattles your cage, and you're all like, at that moment that it's going to happen. That's that moment that it's going to happen. But there's always those one cases, and today was those one cases.
1 in a million.
1 in a million. I've never seen nothing like this.
Nope.
So when I hunt myself, I run a Jake decoy. And I know a lot of hardcore turkey hunters that just run Jake decoys.
That's all I've ever ran.
Is just a Jake decoy. And they're very successful. What do? They come in, they beat the shit out of the Jake, you fucking shoot them, that's it, right? Those birds crested 35 yards.
Which we both saw.
Strutting. And we both could have shot. 100% could have shot. And it was not on camera at that point, but it was going to be in about fucking 3 yards.
Yeah.
It was on.
But they were on a
Just
string.
out.
And like you said, they were right there on a string, 3 yards. That's all we needed to make it perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And
I mean, we're tight in. I mean, no movement. It was fucking picture perfect. I mean, they held at 35 yards. They came in. I'm watching them strut. I'm like, here they fucking come. They get right there, 35 yards, and they come out of strut, and they fucking put their head up, and I'm like, I'm just waiting for a putt. I'm just waiting for it. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? They held right up, put their head up, and then they started to turn around. So I hit the call. They fucking didn't do anything. And I'm like, whoa, that's not good. Hit it again, they gobbled. Ghost hit it again, they gobbled. And then they slowly walked away. So when they had come in and they had saw that Jake decoy, they literally put on the fucking brakes and then held up.
And our decoys were offset by a lot.
Oh,
like
yeah.
they didn't. There was no
obvious.
way they were focused on us. Nor did we move. We were ready, and we have this on film too. So it's
3 angles.
You know, they looked and they were in full strut. I watched them turn and look that way, and then just disappear. Still gobbling, and then they hung up about 25, 30 yards behind that, and then hammered down for like 10 minutes and stayed there.
About that.
And then slowly proceeded to walk away. 2 big mature birds saw something that, one, either they didn't like it, just the presentation of it, which I've seen these decoys work very, very, very well, or they're just not in a fighting mood and they don't want to be aggressive. And I just never seen 2 birds just walk away like that from a Jake decoy.
But the season here in Virginia has been a little rough to start with.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Our opening day here, we went to a place. I'd glassed birds. I'd watched birds. There were birds there. We got out there opening morning. Didn't hear a single gobble. Finally had a hen come in at 10:30. And that was about it. And on that same property, some jakes come in 2 days later. The day after that, when Trev and them were driving down, a guy got a bird there with his bow in a picture-perfect scenario. And, I mean, just odd. Like, they flew down and walked up to the decoy. No hens, no nothing. Weren't going to hens. None of the birds we seen today had hens. Nothing. And and they're scared to death of a Jake decoy. And the Jakes wouldn't come into a single Jake decoy. Nothing wants anything to do with the Jake decoy. So guess what? We got rid of the Jake decoy.
We did
we
get rid of
ditched
it.
that shit.
And so we ended up working back throughout the property, looking for a gobble. And we ended up receiving a gobble.
We did.
It was a little far off. We were a little skeptical. And so I hit the little clucker. Bird lit up. Hit
Boom.
the little clucker again. Lit up again. We ended up working our way down, and we come around, and we hit the call again. Nothing. Hit the call again. Nothing. So we're like, all right, let's move a little bit further. Maybe we move in on the birds.
And we took a time gap. We were going
Yeah,
slow. We weren't overcalling. We're working our way in. We were moving slow.
It's not like we rushed through. We were like, call and then walk, call and walk. We took our time. We moseyed on through, and never got a fucking gobble. We stopped for a while, called. We come in, we crest around the corner. There's 2 redheads standing there in the fucking tote road, dude, and they were coming right for us. And yeah, it was fucking miserable. And we thought they were coming. Like it sucked, dude.
It's just fucking miserable.
It was just fucking miserable, dude. Because like, you know, at this point, man, like, it's like a kid with his birthday helium balloon and somebody just fucking put a pin in it and it's slowly deflating. So throughout the day, our souls are just slowly deflating. And I mean, what are you gonna do, man? Like, there's nothing. It's just
keep grinding.
Yeah, and I mean that's kind of what kind of made us stay longer because we're like,
oh yeah,
how
we were
we-
pissed now. Now we're like, all right, we got to go find another bird. We got to cut across the whole property again. Like we're
What we did,
gonna
it was
to
that
go back.
let's go
1,000
another-
yards to move back to the other birds.
Yeah, let's just put on some miles.
So that's what we ended up doing. We ended up trying to move back in on the other birds. We ended up getting there. We got around where they were, where we had called them in originally, but came in the other way. And we did receive 1 gobble, but they just kept on moving. They had no interest in what we were doing.
They'd left the property clean and clear.
I think the best part was when we went to find a place to sit, because we're like, all right, they might come in. We need to find a place to sit. And fucking Steven freaks out. And he's like, oh, there they are.
Like,
And we just
don't move.
So
They're
we just-
walking right there.
So we just drop right down, and we're like, all right, here they come. He's like, get ready. So we're calling, we're scratching at the ground. He's like, all right. here they are. And then I watch it just fly away, and I'm like, those are fucking turkey vultures, dude.
We were sitting right next to a cattle burial yard, basically, and these turkey vultures had landed and came walking down the trail into this area and were jumping around on old carcasses. But the way it came through the trees, all you seen was that brown waddling through the trees. So I went into full freeze mode, and we stood there for a good 5 minutes before one jumped up, flew around, and we went, oh, son of a bitch. We've been had.
They almost fucking got it too.
Crossed my mind a couple times.
I won't say that. I won't say they won't. But I mean, we are in fucking Virginia, dude. Like, anything goes. It's the end of the world. You can do whatever the fuck you want here. This is not like
UCT boys are just not used to the way we live down south.
bro. Let me just break it down to you real quick, okay? I've never gotten out of the truck to hunt with somebody and they throw a 45 on their hip. That's just not fucking normal. You can't do that where we come from. You can't fucking do a lot of shit that happens down here. Like, how do you just roll into someone's backyard and just start shooting a fucking gun? Like, you can't do that where I'm from.
We pattern in the backyard.
I'm saying. It's a different type of living, man, and it's like the simple life, dude. Like, out here, it's like, you know, we talk about, you know, obviously we're on the East Coast and we're a faster paced living. East Coast in itself is just a faster pace than a lot of people. You know, like traveling out west and you realize that and meeting different people, we are very fast paced. Everything is by the second. You know, most people are by the week. We are by the second. Things change constantly. So you start coming south to Mason-Dixon, even on the East Coast, and the relaxation is there. And it's just so laid back, dude. Like, everything is just so perfect. The worries in the world are just not there. The simplicity. People don't care. I mean, like hunting permission, for example. I mean, you don't need hunting permission. I mean, you need hunting permission. I'm sorry. I take that back.
I was going to say, you're going to have to clarify that.
What I mean by hunting permission, like, I have to get my left nut to be able to hunt somewhere where I come from. And down here, they just say, yeah, you can hunt there. Go ahead.
Yeah, knock on doors, and especially turkey, archery.
It's all verbal permission.
Yeah,
like nothing's written. If it's not posted, you could technically hunt it.
They do have written slips that you can get from landowners. If it's I've never met this guy, it's a comfort, you know, hey, can I hunt your property? Cool, fill this out. Here, I'll fill this out. Here's my vehicle information, etc. And you can have that. But 90% of the permissions around here are verbal. You've got a handshake agreement. The guy says, yeah, you're good here. I see your vehicle. Can I trust you? Are you stupid? Take care of the land. Do something stupid, you're gone. Take care of it, and you can stay.
Right.
And that's different for us because, like, we have to have a written consent form for turkey and deer no matter what. No, hands down. You have to have it.
And that's to protect the property owner, too.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's in our state laws. Like, if we go onto someone's property in Connecticut and I fall and break my leg and I don't have permission, I can sue that property owner. And I don't know if you can do that here.
Oh, you can.
And I just find that mind-blowing. But, like, to have that permission, it evades the property owner of that responsibility.
Yeah. And well, that's one thing about down here is the people who are going to go out and ask for permission to hunt on properties typically, I'm going to say typically, have that respect towards a landowner. They understand that I assume that risk if I'm coming on the property, and I'm not coming after you if I do something stupid and hurt myself. And in turn, if I don't do something stupid, I don't want you coming after me. That's the handshake agreement. And yeah, there are papers, there are forms that you can exchange that has the I here do certify that, you know, I won't hold. But it's a different kind of living down here. These are old farmstead families, and there's a level of respect that comes with that.
It's beautiful, honestly. I love the style of it. It's what it should be all about, that trust, you know, honoring your word and just doing what you say you're going to do.
That's how life should be, man.
In
like,
every
just
aspect.
On that handshake. You know, that handshake life. You know, like, the only thing that you're given in this life is your word and your handshake. And when you break neither of them, you're no longer a human to me.
Exactly.
It's truth. I mean, the only thing you have, I mean, look at it. I mean, it's almost the fucking end of the world at this point. And the only thing, I mean, what do you have?
Trust and a handshake.
That's it. When it goes back to the barring system, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Right.
What
When
can
you
you do
lose
for
that-
me? You gonna take care of me? I'll take care of you. You screw me, I'll screw you.
And that's that's just that respect that that's a huge thing.
I mean, it's one of those things. You get the permission to go to the place. Don't assume you're the only one that has the permission. You pull up and there's a car there. Respect the property. Someone's there. Let them be.
Right.
Charlie might go somewhere else. And if no one's there, cool. Do your thing. If someone comes on there, do your best to, hey, we're over here. Please don't shoot me. And make sure everyone's aware that, hey, we're doing this. You're doing that. And you just you got to roll with that. Because you start getting hunters, 200 yards apart that aren't aware they're there. That's where accidents happen. I mean, West Virginia last week, someone got shot in the face.
Kid got shot in the face on public. Yeah. And that's a huge thing, especially turkey hunting, guys. I mean, like, we don't have to wear orange. Know your target. Know behind your target. Know the distance of fellow hunters. That's where ethics plays a role. That's where respect plays a role between hunter to hunter. Hunting accidents occur at this time. So you guys got to know your targets, know who's on the land, or very well pay attention. I mean, dude, like, you guys are making goblin calls. You're making turkey calls. There's a lot of people out there. I know with the coronavirus and everything, a lot of people are home and able to hunt a lot more than normal.
And a lot of first-time hunters
trying
to capitalize.
Yes.
And not even first-timers, but a lot of people that haven't turkey hunted in 10, 15, 20 years that are going
decoys
out
look
to the
a lot
woods.
more realistic now than they did 15 years ago.
Right. So and that's exactly what I'm trying to say is that please be fucking careful, man. It's 2020 and we already have one accident and not even all the fucking states are open now.
Right. And that's only one that we know of. I
don't know how many times I've had a conversation with somebody about turkey hunting, or somebody will post up on a forum or a page or so on and so forth. And they'll say, I'm new and I'm getting into turkey hunting. And then some old timer will say, the reason I stopped turkey hunting was because I got fucking shot at.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people got, there's a lot of people out there that get shot while turkey hunting. You guys got to be very, very careful, and be very ethical and be very responsible. Know your target, know the people, know your surroundings, and pay the fuck attention.
And use your ear. If you hear a call and you suspect it's another hunter, don't encroach on them to try to confirm it. Either stay where you are, back off, give it that space until you know either that's a bird or that's a hunter. Because that's not worth saying, hey, maybe we should just get a little closer and see, because you or them may end up on the wrong side of a shot.
And that's another thing, especially coming this year. And it's in the new scoot and shoots are a huge thing. And with all the people that are in the woods, guys, leave them fucking things at home.
If you're state land too,
especially public.
Please, state land birds, you should not be chasing them with these scoot and shoots and these decoys they're putting on the shields on the gun barrels. I know it sounds fun, it looks fun, but private land, if it's your own land or you know who's on it and you can protect it, it's managed in a certain way. That's great.
That's a little different.
That's different.
It's a controlled scenario.
Exactly. And it's a little alarming, like Trevor was saying, about, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be out in the woods. And I'm glad to hear that, and I'm supportive of it. Just know what you're doing. Just like they said, just know your background. Just know it.
It's not worth killing somebody or getting killed yourself. Be fucking responsible, guys. I mean, turkey hunting is no joke. It's high adrenaline, fast paced hunting. For you guys that haven't done it or getting back into it, you guys know, the people that are getting back into it know it's fast paced and it's high adrenaline. But the new people, it's high adrenaline and fast paced, and things happen in matters of seconds.
0 to 100, man. It's
fucking
crazy.
Especially the way the way that we hunt, running and gunning, man. When right off the stick, if I can't kill a bird off the stick, I am on my fucking feet chasing birds. And it's a dangerous game. And you don't realize it until you sit back and think about it. But when you put the miles on and you're calling and you're walking through the woods, you're liable to shit to go down quick. and a bird moving in, somebody trying to shoot a bird over your shoulder. Philip Vanderpool just had the craziest story just happen.
Yeah.
That was on
the full story on the Working Class Bow Hunter or Talking Turkey with Philip Vanderpool. That story blew my mind, and it happens. Completely unaware, both parties had no clue and had a round fly right by his head. Basically,
he literally called in a turkey, and somebody shot over the back
his shoulder
at the turkey they had been calling in. So, guys, go and listen to that story because it's something else, and it's just crazy that those things happen. I mean, on a positive note, I just want to get back to that because we kind of got strung off on something. Yeah, and but it's something that needs to be talked about when it comes to turkey hunting because we don't need to lose somebody's life over hunting. Hunting accidents are no joke, and it's something that we don't really talk about a lot. But just fucking pay attention, guys. Know your surroundings. Know your target. Please, please, please. But on a positive note, man, we got a lot of friends out there that have been putting down the fucking smackdown on some spring gobblers.
Hammers. Some cool birds too.
Yeah, some really cool birds, man.
I'm seeing people with full on snow shooting birds in Iowa with snow today. Like,
yeah.
I mean, that's.
Mitch laid the smackdown on a unique bird.
Yeah,
he did.
Well, Mitch laid down a bird. He got what we think is a bearded hen. We think
it's
almost confirmed.
I'm almost positive on that.
We're pretty positive it's a bearded hen, but this is a trophy bearded hen. Thing's a
and it
beast.
came in. He said it came in strutting, gobbling.
And we're not dumb. Don't think we're stupid right now because we sound like idiots.
We spent half an hour
Yeah.
on video looking this thing over.
Yeah, his
just to confirm, it's a monster for a hen. If it is a hen,
ooh,
which we're pretty sure
for sure.
I'm like 95% sure.
Yeah, me too, dude. It had the feathers up the back. It only had 12.
Had 12
tail
fan
feathers
instead of 18.
Nope, it had 12.
Yeah.
And for you guys, I know it's crazy for you. We're saying this shit, and you guys are probably, some of you might be like, what
are
the
you
fuck?
talking about?
So, a tom turkey, or a male turkey at that, has 18 feathers on its fan. Tail feathers. So, just something to remember. And yes, Jake also has 18 feathers. They're just staggered. So
as they molt, they grow. They start in the center and work their way out. Either way, there's always 18 feathers.
So that's one thing to definitely know and pay attention to. So it's just something. It's a stupid random fact, to be honest with you. Some other people I want to definitely shout out is Austin Chandler. He's already taken down 2. He's got one more tag in season 3. So he always does. But he again, man, it's talking about goals and setting out goals and accomplishing goals. He set out to. He always wanted to shoot a bird without a blind with the bow, and he fucking did it. So congrats to you, Austin Chandler. I know a lot of the Gator people, the guys from Gator Outdoors.
Gator Outdoors
they're
team
smashing
it.
Smashing them. So those guys had some snow today, so they got on some birds. It was fucking awesome. I mean, anybody else you guys can think of? Oh, Sean. Sean and Little Debbie.
Yeah, Sean Lundry, his boy, man. His boy shot a beautiful bird.
Well, Little Debbie, but
yeah, this is his nickname.
But Sean,
yeah,
Sean killed a bird too.
Today, right?
Yeah. Or was it yesterday? I think it was.
My days are so. I'm having a tough time with social media.
Got like 6 hours of sleep in 3 days.
Right. Social media has been really tough. It's
especially when you have no service here in the fucking mountains. So how do you keep up on social media?
And then you get in this tunnel zone and you get driven and you go for that drive and we get to the property and you black out like I normally do and we just start hunting and then you're looking for mushrooms and then you're crow calling and then it's just you're in it and you love it and it's been a true gift so far. And we just scratched the surface.
Yeah, we're just getting started.
We just got settled in today.
We're definitely going to do. So this is going to release tonight after we're done. So this will be our Friday podcast. And then after this weekend, we're going to do a Monday podcast.
Right.
And maybe we might even close something out before we fucking leave. Yeah. I don't know.
A little end of trip recap.
Maybe we'll do a bonus. If somebody kills a bird, they can tell their story. Whatever we can come up with, definitely down with that.
Food chain junkies.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to figure that whole shit changed because we were supposed to go home. So my plan and recipe and everything we were going to do was going to be for home. But we're going to change that up. We're going to kill some shit. And we're going to probably break out the sous vide machine and do a little like ramp morel sous vide turkey breast.
Hey, don't go too much.
Yeah, sorry.
Don't
Don't
give
go
it
crazy.
away.
This
Don't
is,
give it away.
That's Monday's episode.
Yeah.
Maybe we can talk about that for Tuesday.
Yeah.
You got it all amped
Easy.
up. Look at him.
I know he
He's
gets all
red.
fired up.
Sorry,
Yeah,
guys.
he gets all fired up.
I
We start
get
talking
excited.
food and he starts going crazy, so you gotta kind of
Yeah.
tamper him down.
Reel me back in.
I mean, a huge thanks to Kim once again.
Love it. Thank you.
Just absolutely filling us with just amazing food the whole time we're here. It's just been the hospitality here has just been crazy, man. Thanks for having us down, Steve.
Top
This
notch.
is just like,
Love having y'all.
you guys have made it feel like we're at home. I feel safer here than home, actually. But
yeah.
But I don't
Certain
blame
ways,
you.
yeah, definitely.
Between here and there, I
Yeah.
would feel safer too.
it's definitely been nuts. But
It's just pretty cool to touch base that we first time hunting together. I don't know about other people, but it is really hard to adapt and learn other people's hunting styles and skills, and get
Absolutely.
their personalities. And I think we all mesh very well on, doing this and other things, but it was our first hunt, right? I mesh with you guys and feel comfortable more than anything in the world making a plan and executing it, and we don't have to second guess each other, and no one's opinionated, and it's rare. So the three of us together was a lot smoother, and just I see a lot more hunts to come.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like this is awesome.
And going back on that, man, like I've hunted with a lot of different people, and I brought a metric shit ton of people out hunting, and you're right, man. Like hunting with different people and stuff, you get a little frustrated, or you get a little opinionated, or what's right. And we had talked about it coming down. Kind of like, when you hunt with somebody, you just kind of got to be one of those things where you just kind of you have to relax and just pay attention and not be opinionated and just let things go and float, before you just, it's a tough thing, man. And I get it.
Let them.
I'm not really sure where I went. I was just rambling.
No, like try something new. Stop. We're in a new state, new home, new situation. I don't care how many turkey hunters have a plan for their morning bird. It normally doesn't go as planned. So you have to adapt. You think they're going to roost here, they're going to go here. Well, what do you want to do? What do you want to do this? And everyone, it could be rough out there. It could, if you don't adapt and want to be a part of the team and conform to everything, then you're going to struggle. And I don't think we struggled one bit. And I think by day 3, which is tomorrow, we're ready. We're dialed in.
We got a little rain coming in the morning. I think it's just
Right.
going to make it good. Different pressure change. It's definitely going to be, I'm excited, man. Like just being here and I just want to knock another bird off the list from a different state, but it's who gives a fuck? To me, it's I don't care whether we kill a bird or not. Just this trip alone has been a huge success, in itself. Putting the birds in our lap, killing them is not the fun part to me. It's what leads up to it, the hard work and the learning. And
that last second anticipation.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, man, that adrenaline rush is something else.
You know what? Speaking of, I'm going to be a dick because this is the thing. Okay, we always ask everybody that's on any of our podcasts, we ask them one question and one question only. And that question is, what drives you outdoors? And I don't think that we've ever done what drives you outdoors against ourselves. So I'm going to kick it to Ghost to do what drives you outdoors.
I think what drives me outdoors the most is, it's a hard question to ask, but that instinct, that moment when you hit the woods and you turn into that primal apex alpha hunter.
Thanks for taking the words right out of my mouth. Go ahead.
Sorry about that, brother.
I'm just playing.
I read your mind.
Go ahead.
No, but you flip a switch, and cares and bullshit and everything goes out the window, and your strategy of your hunter and everything you put and your tools and your time and your effort is what drives me. Like, watching, not to get off task, but like Steven the other night, he hands me a box call. Look at this. I'm like, this is badass. Yeah, I made it. What the fuck are you talking about? You made it. Yeah, I wanted to understand and learn how everything is done, and this is what I do, and I respect that so much. And I'm like, that's the drive, that's the switch, that's the obsession. That's just, it's what brings us all together, and it's what makes us want to keep going till the day we die. So, sorry, I fucking blacked out.
You're good, dude. I could just see you on the rabbit hole. You're like,
It's
oh,
normal.
I love this ride.
Sorry,
Yeah.
guys. Sorry. Yeah, but that's I would say, sort of boil that all down, land the plane, that switch that turns you into that hunter that you were born to be.
Oh, definitely. I
How about you,
totally
Steven?
get that. So, what drives me outdoors is very basic, very primal in the same terms. Really, it's that challenge. It's me against Mother Nature. And that's why I tinker. You know, I started turkey hunting 6 years ago. And when I started learning how to call, I wanted to know, why does a call work? How does it work? Why do you make different sounds? How do you get different sounds? So I started making my own, just for me, not for resale, not for glory, not for nothing. Just because I want to know how the damn things work. Because if I know how it works, I can work it better. And one of those steps makes me that much more lethal. Makes me that much better in nature. And there's no greater challenge in the world than you against Mother Nature. So I like to test myself. That's really what drives me.
I love that. Amen to that, brother.
How about you, Trev? What drives you outdoors?
Man, you know, the thing that drives me outdoors is kind of
And don't say my truck.
I got a Honda Civic actually, so if that drives me outdoors. No, I mean honestly, like, you know, that primal instinct is definitely something that drives me, and it definitely flips that switch for me, and I totally agree with you 100%. But I think the thing that drives me and me personally is a camaraderie of the people around me. That is what keeps me moving forward. That's what challenges me every single day. The things that I do, whether it's fishing, it's foraging, it's hunting, the people that I surround myself with, that they don't even know it, but they challenge me to do more and more and more. And the things that they say to me, and the things that, you know, I have people that say things to me like,
You're going to shoot your eye out.
well,
Sorry, I had to.
I get you. But they'll go and they'll say, like, you know, keep doing what you're doing, man. You're a huge influence. And I'm not a huge influence. It's just me doing what I do, but that fuels me to keep doing more things. Or when I see somebody else succeed, it makes me so fucking happy, dude, that I just want to keep doing it or be around more people that are successful. And that's what drives me, man. It's just the people that I surround myself with. They just fuel the fire for me to move on and keep doing better in everything that I'm trying to do. And that's and especially in the woods and teaching different people and showing different people different things. That's what fucking drives me, and that's the truth of it. And it doesn't, you know, the smile on somebody's face and being around them when they harvest their first animal, or an animal in general, or they find their first mushroom, or they catch their biggest fish, or the most fish, or whatever it may be, or a new species, or knock something off the list. That's what fucking drives me to keep doing what I'm doing. And that's it, man. To be honest.
I feel you, man.
And we all look up and share your love and passion and joy, man, because a lot of people look up to you. So if you don't want to be that thing, or you're not looking to be that kind of like figure or role model, but you are, like, just the way you are, the way you help people. And a lot of people are successful because of you and what you do. And I know I am, for foraging and hunting. And the day I met you, I learned different shit, and you're younger than me, and I don't care. Age doesn't mean anything. A good idea is a good idea, no matter.
The years, man, it's the miles.
That's it.
It's crazy, and that's very humbling, and I thank you for saying that.
It's
you know,
legit.
really, honestly, it's become a thing that, like, I say it all the time, and I hate talking about it, dude, because it honestly, like,
So quit talking about it.
it's a fucking really weird thing. No, it's just a weird thing, but it's I don't know, man. This brotherhood, this being here, this hunt,
Yeah.
this time, this is fucking amazing, dude. This is the step to the next level for the three of us.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm, you know, the things that we've done. I mean, like, when we were talking about when we came down here, bro, it hasn't been fucking 4 months.
No. No, not at all.
Since the outdoor drive was
Since
alive.
day one.
Yeah, man. So
Since
it's-
72 hours of chaos.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have this, and this be the first hunt of 2020, and we have a ton of shit fucking planned for 2020. As
Yeah.
long as the world doesn't implode, we will still be doing these things.
If the world implodes, we're still going to be doing some shit.
That's right.
Let's face
Because
it.
down here, anything fucking goes, and nobody fucks with anything down here, so we're gonna be fine here. We did get some special gifts while we were down here.
We sure did.
We came down.
Definitely.
They got, and if I knew that we were gonna be here this long, I would have had the other one shipped down here, but we didn't. But it is what it is, and we have a ton of giveaways. We're going to Saturday night, tomorrow night, right? Tomorrow night.
Yeah, tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
So tomorrow night we're gonna give away a little clucker, outdoor drive little clucker. We have on our social media. You guys can go check it out. Facebook and Instagram. We're doing the giveaway. Tag 3 friends, like, follow, share. So you can get in on that, and we'll do that live Saturday night after our hunt. Hopefully we have some stories for you guys. Then shortly thereafter, I think we're going to announce. Now we're gonna fucking be here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
So
are.
we're
Yep.
going to announce the next giveaway that we had talked about. So on Wednesday, we are going to put up to give away the silver, I think is what we've come up with.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Silver Prospector pot call.
So we're going to give one of those away because we just got ours. So we had come into town. If you guys didn't and you guys missed out, and I know some of you guys that do listen to the podcast aren't really social media driven or have social media or maybe not even follow us on social media. So you guys might not know. Nor'easter Game Calls has now released the Prospector series. If you guys haven't checked them out, go and check them out. He's also doing some other crazy fucking shit. I don't even know what the hell he's doing over there. He's sending me all kinds
It's
of crazy
fun to
things. And we have some cool shit coming from him with the new calls and so on and so forth. We're kind of working away on some other giveaways. But we have a ton of shit to give away. If you guys aren't on our Instagram or Facebook, go and do that. Like and follow along because we will give away a ton of shit. And we have a huge giveaway come over the summer. We've kind of come to that. But in that box that we got,
The box
from Mocky Mock.
The box.
What was in there, Steven?
Oh, the box.
So, each of us got our own signature series pot calls. So, got my $100 bills finally.
Can you explain to me, because we didn't even know this, I didn't know this until Steven had handed me the fucking call that he made, his first pot call. So can you explain to me what's the significance, and we didn't even know this, but I just knew that you had an attraction to that call personally, so...
Okay, so the first turkey pot call I ever tried to make, and you know, it looks cool, but the sound sucked, hence the first call, and it's still sitting here, was out of Red African Paduke, which is gorgeous wood. When you sand it, it is like a blood orange color, and it finishes in like a beautiful amber color. It's incredible. So made that as the base, and for the soundboard, I did it was an acrylic $100 mill or $100 bill plated soundboard. I mean, you look at it and you just see $100 bills, and then had a crystal on top, of course, so you could see through with the edge. And that was always the joke, because, you know, it's the money maker. Well, the call sucked. And then when Mark rolls out and goes, "Hey, I'm making pot calls with $100 bills." Guess who jumped on that?
Yeah.
I needed some $100 bills that I could cash in.
That's mine.
And that has a matching striker with it.
Indeed.
All the Prospector series do.
It's badass. And then Ghost, which direction is it that you ended up leaning?
I kind of went bling because it's totally not my style. 'Cause I don't have style, nor do I want it. I match in the woods. I like that. But I went with the Gold Leaf Prospector series, and it looks like I won the Olympics. You can hang it from your neck, and I plan on it tomorrow after we hang a couple birds. But I just love the uniqueness of it, and that's the thing that Mark does, and I love it so much because it might be a little bit different call than everyone else, but it's not. It's very different than everyone else, and people got to understand the time, the labor, the love, and just the drive that he does to make these calls, and that gold leaf, that prospector, I mean, it's special. It truly means something to me because he made these with us, for us, and it's a big deal. It's
Mark's a huge part of our lives.
big time.
I mean, I talk to him fucking regularly.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I try to talk to him regularly, but he calls me fucking so late at night, and
We all run different hours.
yeah, and he's a night owl because he's always working in the shop because it's his second job. But I mean, me personally, I'm to bed early because I get up early to go hunting or foraging or hiking or whatever, as we all do, because that's what we do. We're crazy outdoorsmen.
Right.
So we're up fucking early. So Mark's the late night guy. So sometimes I'll be eating ice cream talking to him, and as we all do, communicate with him and bounce ideas off him and work with him and so on and so forth. So I went with the copper series. So I have a copper series. Mine's fully copper. Bling the fuck out, dude.
Dude, when that sunlight hit that call today, it was glowing and it was just beautiful, and it was one of the most badass calls I've seen and heard in the woods for a minute. That was a nice call. That was just...
They all are. They're all fucking so perfect. And we're going to give away the silver.
We are.
I'm excited to do that.
Which, honestly, I'm not going to discriminate on any color or anything, but I thought, in my eyes, the silver was going to be my least desired color. But they're all equally as amazing, and they're beautiful. And it's almost sad giving that away.
They're works of
They're
art.
beautiful.
Oh, they're gorgeous. I mean, we've been it's sitting in the centerpiece of this table, and it
glows at you.
The depth, the perspective, everything in it is just, I mean, you can't, it looks like you're looking at a piece of quartz rock.
Yeah.
It is gorgeous.
Right.
So in that box, we also have some other giveaways, though. So we have a box call. Which box call is that, actually? I'm not... hand that over to you. Oh, you could have rattled it off for us. It is the SW Hybrid. So this call right here is the Nor'easter Game Calls and Outdoor Drive on the paddle. Both of our logos together. It's the SW Hybrid, so it's a darker wood. I believe it's a walnut. And it has the sycamore, what the fuck is that? Lacewood on one side, and then the walnut on the other striker side. So that one is going to go to a junior hunter. So what we're going to do is you write in to our email, to our Facebook, to our Instagram, what drives you outdoors, a junior hunter, and maybe a picture of them with a success, I think, would be kind of cool. We'd love to see that and share it. So send that in to us. Fuck it. We'll just start that giveaway right now.
Right.
Do it.
And I'll announce that because we'll run that for a little bit. Let's get a couple entries in. Maybe we'll read off a handful of them. And then we'll vote anonymously between three of us, and we will nominate a winner. And then we'll get this out to a little junior hunter before the end of the season.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
So,
and we'll post a couple pictures of it too, so you can see this beautiful work of art.
for sure. Yeah.
And you'll know why you should enter into this. So
it's definitely a really badass call. What else was in the box, Ghost?
Our crow calls. Oh,
yes.
That was, honestly, a lot of people, I never thought as at the point of my life right now, getting a crow call, like a ghost hunter series with that resin and that smoke that he put on it, that means a lot to me, that I have something that's custom and it sounded awesome and it fired up birds. When we say fired up and then we talk and we say, well, they weren't fired up and they didn't come in, I'm saying, like, you don't hear a few calls and then it's all of a sudden you blow something a little special or you hit something a little hard. I'm not talking about anything special. No. And then they strike up, and that's the uniqueness. There's certain calls, like I was using a mouth call and running it and nothing happened. Trev picks up the little clucker and all of a sudden a bird fires off, and I'm like, okay, that pitch, that sound, that was for him. So let's, variety is nice with it, but to go back to have your own crow call, it sounded great. They look and they work great. It was one of the coolest things that I have now that's truly special to me. We all got one, which is really awesome.
Oh yeah,
yours was the burl wood, right?
Burl wood with the
blue
blue acrylic.
Yep.
I have like mine is straight burl wood with a little bit of green acrylic.
And that thing is dope.
It is pretty badass, dude. And it's kind of funny is because my first call ever from Mark, probably, it's been some fucking time, is a full burl wood duck call. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know, just to add it together. Yeah, exactly. Also in the box, we got little cluckers.
Oh, hold on. You got to go back. There's also one other crow call.
Oh, I fucking always forget about that. There's a rust orange cactus crow call that we're actually going to give away. That's going to go away too. We'll have a giveaway for that. That will come up soon. Probably next week sometime, maybe, possibly. I'm not really sure yet. So we'll give that one away also. So we'll do probably some crazy. So just pay attention to Instagram or Facebook on that giveaway. And then in the box was the little cluckers in the outdoor drive. So that was a cool thing, man. There's a signature kind of thing, and we have one of those to give away also. So that'll be another giveaway for us. And we each have one, and you will be one of 4 people to have one. Because
Limited edition.
we have one, us 3. Steve Mardick bought one. He forced Marky Mark into making him one.
Attaboy.
And then we have the one to give away. Now with that, if you guys want little cluckers or you want a box call with the Outdoor Drive logo on it, please just ask Mark for a couple extra bucks. He'll charge you for laser engraving, but you can get laser engraving on any call that you want. Within reason. I know there's might be a couple that you might not be able to, or I know like your grunt calls and so on and so forth, you might not be able to get it in. But if you ask him, he will laser engrave it for you for an extra couple bucks. It'll be kind of cool. We'd love to see people with the Outdoor Drive ones, share the pictures, so on and so forth. So that's kind of cool. So go and check them out, nor'eastergamecalls.com, and just get them in close.
That's right.
Whack 'em and stack 'em.
Whack 'em and stack 'em, as the Chattapitter will say.
Well, real quick, we should probably go through and name off a few of the other people who are making this trip possible.
Yeah, if it wasn't for them, this trip would not be possible, and neither would this podcast. So, first off, I want to thank Nor'easter Game Calls.
Of course.
Right.
I mean, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have calls in our vest.
Yeah, literally, this trip is all, I mean, this is a big part, Mark.
Huge. If it wasn't for Mark, we probably wouldn't be able to kill birds. Broadside Camo, broadsidecamo.com.
Oh, and Scott, if you hear this, thanks for jumping on the live videos today during the shoot and picking on us. That was pretty fun. I like the chair idea on that shot, by the way. I think that was a good twist. Also, we have been working this closer series out on the ground in this Virginia green, and I can't wait until you see the footage. Man, this stuff is fun.
It blends.
Looks awesome.
It blends.
And you wouldn't think so, having the white in the background and then the green.
It's dumbfounding.
It's mind-blowing. It just doesn't even make sense. So check them out. Promo code Outdoor Drive. It's capital OUTDOOR space capital DRIVE. So it's 2 words, capital O and capital D. So
Right
and that's spend $45 and you'll get a free item with it. So,
like free gloves, free mask,
free. Free sounds good.
free.
yeah,
free.
Check it out. Free.
So it's
Free,
definitely
free,
cool. Ethics archery. If you don't shoot ethics,
Fuck you.
check them out. ethicsarchery.com. We do have a promo code, save for 10%. Promo code is Outdoor Drive 10. Make sure you check them out. Get your inserts, outserts, spinning inserts. Your they have a Ranch Fairy test kit up to, what is that,
200 grain.
Oh, it's up to 200 grain? I think it's over 200.
Yeah. No, you're right. It does. It goes a little higher. I got to look at it. It's late, and I'm not thinking very straight right now.
It's a lot.
But it's a cool-ass test kit. Throw it on some 250s or 300 shafts, see what flies best.
So check them out, ethicsarchery.com. Also, Wicked Twisted Bowstrings now has a website, wickedtwistedbowstrings.com. They also have an Instagram, Wicked Twisted Bowstrings. Right now, she's running a special promo code free ship, all capital, FREESHIP, for a free shipping. So check them out, add them on Instagram. Go check out their website. You can order right on there. They are still up and running and shipping. So promo code free ship on them. Death Wish Coffee, deathwishcoffee.com. The world's strongest fucking coffee.
Strong enough that it keeps ghosts from shooting straight.
Dude.
I've never. Oh, we'll talk about. No, we're done.
Yeah, we'll let that go.
Yeah, we're done.
If you, during turkey season, you guys want to get that next lift, go and get yourself Death Wish Coffee, fueled by death. Promo code Outdoor Drive. Save yourself a little bit on those. You can get the cold brew. You can get the K-Cups. You can get the ground coffee, the beans, you name it. Save yourself a little bit something. Use promo code Outdoor Drive. D&M Custom Arrows, dmarrows.com. Go and check out Gary Hall. He does amazing work with some of the best fucking arrows, from traditional to compound, the fletching, all custom. Anything you want, you get a hold of him and he will take care of you.
Man, I can't wait to see some of the stuff that he's got coming out in the future. Big things.
Big things. We're actually, once we get back home and work things out, we will have him on a podcast and he can go through everything, kind of like what he does and how long he's been in the industry, and you guys will want to hear from him. Really cool fucking dude. Wild Edge, wildedgeinc.com. We leave the best for last.
Live wild.
Live wild, man. Saddle the fuck up. The Step Ladder, the leader in mobile hunting. Wild Edge, wildedgeinc.com.
You know Drew's going to smack you when you get home.
That's all right. So everything you need, ropes, ascenders, Wild Edge steps, the perch, just about anything you need for saddle hunting.
For success.
And again, another guy that's got a lot of big stuff happening in the future, so please keep your eye on that guy.
Yeah, pay attention, because if you don't, it's going to come and it's going to run right by you. So if it wasn't for those guys, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be doing what the fuck we're doing.
And try to support the local guys, the small guys,
especially right now,
the little guys. If you can, if you financially can, try to spread it out. If you can't, we get it. You know, we're all in pinches here and there, but these are the little guys. Make it count. But
yeah, if you're like us and you're out doing a bunch of dumb stuff and you're destroying arrows, get to your local shop, pick up a couple arrows, go home and build them. Buy everything you need to learn to build them at home. You know. Just do some different things, some things out of your comfort realm, but support your local guys while you do it.
Right.
Now's the time, because they need you more. They supported us throughout everything and throughout this whole entire time, but now it's time for us to give back and support them. So just remember about those guys. You know, them big box stores didn't help you, but these guys will. So, hey, I mean, we're here. We're in Virginia.
Tuned.
We need to go to bed.
Yeah.
Things are getting a little fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I'm just.
Trev's half asleep.
Yeah.
He's laying across the couch already with the mic.
I'm pretty well awake compared.
I feel
good.
Like,
dude, I really do.
I mean, when we started this, you were sitting upright. Now you're like half cocked on the couch.
My back from hiking and shit. So I kind of got to like sit back. But I mean, honestly, I love it here. I really don't want to go home, and I definitely thank everybody. Most importantly, though, guys, go on our Instagram and our Facebook. We are going to be giving away so much shit.
Ton of things. We
have so much stuff to give away, and there's even more to come. And we didn't even go over half the things that we have to give away. Also, we will be in camp at Stevens here in Virginia until Wednesday. So go and check us out on Instagram and Facebook and follow along. We're going to be doing a lot more lives. We're going to give away that call on Saturday, and we'll be shooting a ton of shit. So we're looking for challenges. So please reach out to us. Give us a challenge. We'd love to try them. And with that, man,
appreciate it. You guys have been great. Thank you guys for being here again. You know,
thanks for having us.
We're having a hell of a good time, and I mean, it's a nice break from the monotony. And for everyone out there listening, you know, really can't thank you guys enough for the support. That's really what keeps us doing this. That's why we're doing this, is to keep you guys entertained through this chaos. Hope you get your laughs out of us. And we want to thank you guys primarily for taking the ride right here on the Outdoor Drive.